If love could speak in dust across the void, it'd send some humble gem too still to vow. Unmarked, unheralded, yet destined coy, it drifts through star fields waiting to be found somehow. Not radio screams, but silence distilled in shape. Enduring eons, bearing hidden weight, it brushes past our world by cosmic tape, so subtle that we notice only by fate. So came 3I Atlas through our solar gate, a visitor with strange chemistry in tow, not comet, but a riddle shaped by fate, with carbon dioxide so rich its truth begins to glow. Oumuamua came with silent speed, and Tilt Borisov bore the mark of a distant birth. Now Atlas cuts the dark with deliberate silt, 3 signs in 10 years, a puzzle writ on Earth. To climb beyond home's gravity, the craft would leap like a fly-by symphony, with each planet lending its spin. There's no engine roaring, instead precision's pulse runs deep. Just one slight misstep, and the messenger returns to begin all over again. Choreographed arcs, each slingshot adding pace. Geometry, it writes the path across the dark. Speed stacking up with silent elegance and grace, almost like a ballet planned before the comet's first spark. Then comes the starward plunge, where the surface sifts for light, a photon sail that draws its strength from the very glow. With a reflective coat, a mimic in full flight, no jets, no noise, only the flux it knows. As photons press, small thrusts become a gale, Oberth's calculus in blazing near-sun flight. No vents betray the design intent, just sail, nature's facade, but guided by secret might. Only speed won't guide the course ahead, the path must lie aligned. So it drifts within the ecliptic's plane, root-sharp and hushed, designed. Photon nudges, venting grace, keep inclination meek and bent. Not chaos, but a controlled drift toward corridors most gently meant. Observers find it odd that chaos holds such straight and narrow frame, a plan within the wanderer's course, arranging sights that call its name. Beyond light's realm, the plasma wind commands. Within the charged tail, magnetic tides bestow their hand. Charges tuned, its dust tail weaves the current's strands, a ghostly rudder moulded by fields unseen yet planned. Patterns in polarization, synchronized to solar flare. Not random arcs, but guided glides along the charged affair. Within its core, engineered seams absorb the sun's unblinking flare. Spins of stress burst outward with intent, precise delta V in the air. Pulses bring velocity like whispered heartbeats in cosmic song. Not random jets, but controlled exhalations that guide the throng. At the edge it blooms, a sail launch, in silent form, thinner than nature. Its reflectivity breaks the norm. 1/r squared thrust, smooth and pure, its form aligns the flight, attitude tuned like music to the stars' withdrawing light. And yet, in deep interstellar dark, a whisper stays its course. Surface vents thaw with sun, print tiny thrusts like quiet force. Gradual guidance, fractioned pace, across electric years, hidden trims steering purpose through unseen, steady gears. Even colder light holds sway, sculpted by material mind. One hemisphere retains the cold, the other breathes to realign. As sun's weak warmth is angled just so, the drift is slow but sure. Bias built into the crust itself, a silent, lasting cure. Still, when surprise invades the drift, the messenger can choose to shed, eject a tiny mass to steer itself, recoil, guiding course ahead. A rare insurance, not routine, but precise and stark in form, so it does not stray by centuries, nor lose the path it's borne. Near our realm it wakes, sublimation choreographed to feign. It breathes like any comet, yet flows in silent pulse and pain. Gas ratios drift, duty cycles mask the true orchestration. But vector alignments trace a corridor beyond random notation. When still far from fade, it vents ices at a season none expects. Gases cold and early shape the path for breaking decks. Not water jet, but rare nitrogen. Monoxide freed by distant sun. Prime strokes for a plan whose nature hides until begun. At Jupiter's stage, its speed bends into motion, tuned to mind slingshot, aligned to match our orbit. Chance left far behind. Phase space carved in cosmic stone, entry angles pre-designed. An interchange of vectors where intent and cosmos intertwine. So perhaps Atlas is only stone and ice displaced. Yet 3 arrivals in 10 brief years beg history to taste. If intent's in disguise, we stand within a silent right, not audience but co-authors with curiosity's light. We were meant to see. The sky calls now, waiting for reply, in speed, in dust, in cryptic flight, in questions that won't die.